Hey guys, my name is Matimeo, and today's challenge, I'm going to be using the zipline to slay my enemies in Battlefield Hardline. This could possibly be one of the most difficult challenges that I've ever undertaken for this video series. A ridiculous amount of things had to line up for me to actually secure a single kill on an enemy player, and while once I was successful, it was one of the most rewarding and humiliating ways at taking someone out in this game, just securing that one kill is an absolute nightmare. And so easily, the biggest thing that I had to overcome was simply getting this contraption to shoot down range. Not only do you need to be in a position that will accept the zipline, if you're next to a wall or any structure really, it could be a box on the ground, it doesn't matter what it is, if you are next to some sort of an object, the zipline isn't gonna fire. You need to be out in the open, essentially leaving yourself exposed if you want to have this thing fire down range. Not only that, but you also need to take where you're aiming into consideration. If you're aiming at a wall, or you're inside of a building, or you're aiming anywhere near the fringe of the map, it will notify you that that is inaccessible for the zipline, and you're not gonna be able to fire the gadget. And so this was easily the biggest thing that I had to overcome, because you guys will notice throughout today's video, there are a lot of times where I'm aiming at an enemy, but then I'm trying to get this fancy footworking going, trying to inch it to the left or the right, just to be able to get the notification that I can shoot this thing down range, and then hopefully that will allow me to secure the kill on the enemy. But if I was finally lucky enough to get this contraption to shoot, the next thing that I had to overcome was its very slow travel speed. I don't know the exact details on how slowly this travels through the air. I don't know its exact velocity, but you'll notice, and here's a perfect example, that if I shoot anyone that is a fair distance away, here I'm trying to snipe someone who is camping around one of the objectives, it takes a good couple of seconds before I get notified that I actually secured the kill. Like, it does not travel very quickly through the air. And so really the only way that I was successful in taking someone out at these extreme distances is if they were a camping sniper, or if they were around objective, not doing a whole lot of movement, or if I was just ridiculously lucky. There were a few times when I was successful in taking out a moving target, but it didn't happen very often. I'd like to claim that I had a lot of skill involved here. I'd like to claim that I was able to predict the exact movement of the enemy player. I have divine intervention, and I was able to snipe people from across the map while they were moving around everywhere. But to be completely honest, those shots came down to luck, and if I wanted to be even somewhat successful or reliably take someone out at those extreme distances, or even someone who was 2 feet in front of me, they pretty much needed to be stationary if I wanted to secure that kill. And then lastly, and easily, one of the most frustrating aspects about this entire ordeal is that when I was finally successful in hitting someone, I'd get a hit marker. The damage on this thing seems to be really inconsistent. I wasn't able to lock it down, because there were some times when I would take someone out from 100% to 0 by getting a body shot, but then there were others where I was 2 feet in front of them, I hit them directly in the chest, and I would only get the hit marker. I'm not sure if this is because a lot of the players were just using the mechanic's ballistic vest, because if you do hit someone when they are using that gadget in that region, it will mitigate the damage. Maybe that was the reason why, but I gotta say that all of the things that I also have to overcome, getting a hit marker on an enemy just felt like a slap in the face. I was like, I should have gotten that kill, I hit you, you should be dead right now, but now I'm back at the spawn screen because there's no way that I'm gonna be able to reload the zipline in time to be able to get another shot, or even be able to hit that other shot if I'm able to get that reload off. And so hopefully you can now understand why this was one of the most ridiculous challenges that I've ever undertaken for this video series, but on the flip side, it was also very satisfying. I want to know what was going through players' heads, other than my zipline arrow, when they saw this thing in the kill cam. Did they think I was hacking? Did they think it was a bug or a glitch? Most people were very silent after the death. Some people congratulated me, which was nice, but most people really didn't have a whole lot to say. Regardless though, it was a very rewarding way to take people out, and also just a very humiliating way to kill your enemies in Battlefield Hardline. But yeah guys, that is about it for today's challenge. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the zipline. Personally, I think that in certain game modes, it is going to be a fantastic gadget to use. If you're playing on Blood Money, for example, it is going to be an amazing way to go from the central cash deposit all the way to your deployment. If like there is a building, for example, if you're playing on Hollywood Heights, just get to the building or the top of the building and then zipline all the way to your base. It's an amazing way at going about it, but let me know your thoughts about this little gadget down below. But as always, if you guys have a loadout that you would like me to try next, be it a weapon with a terrible combination of attachments or just a gadget that you would like me to use exclusively, also let me know down below in the comments. But yeah, until tomorrow, have a good one and take it easy.